Hi, everyone. I'm Theresa Bandru, and I'm the owner and founder of Golden Owl Consulting, a small business marketing and events planning company located in Carbondale, Pennsylvania. I'm honored to be a part of the CTTT's Entrepreneurship Academy again this year. It was great to be able to influence all of you and your classmates last year in regards to the entrepreneurial world and helping you through your projects on the marketing end. Today, I'm here to talk a little bit about networking and the importance of business networking for you and your business to grow and expand. Networking, networking, networking. I can't tell you how important it is to network. I work locally out of NEPA, and most of my clients are here, but through business networking alone, I've worked with companies in Kansas, Boston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, New York City, and so many other places just through business networking. Today, I'm going to talk to you about things to do to prepare for networking events, some tips and tricks while you're there and before you head out, and how to make conversations and connect the dots with the people that you're meeting with. That means forming relationships through others that you may know as well and finding some common ground to keep the conversation moving. Finally, we're going to talk about maintaining contact and your follow-ups with the people that you meet at the networking events. This is one of the biggest and most important parts of the networking process, is to maintain contact, follow up, and find creative ways to keep making touches to those people that you met that you feel would benefit having in your networking circle. The first thing we're going to talk about is preparing yourself to get out there and network. The most important thing that you can do before you get started, or even if you are started and you haven't done this yet, come up with your elevator pitch. Your elevator pitch is a 30-second intro about you and your business. For example, hi, my name's Theresa. I'm the founder of Golden Owl Consulting. We're a small business marketing and event company out of northeastern Pennsylvania, and we work with a lot of businesses to increase their social media presence as well as their online presence through their websites and other forms of marketing. In addition to that, I also work with the Andrew Mazza Foundation as their marketing and sponsor chair, as well as their event coordinator. We're getting started on a project now that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to share more with you about that. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And that's a great way to just really introduce yourself quick, let them know what areas you're working in, let them know what areas you're focused in, and what your business does very briefly. You can go into a little more detail than I did there, but that was a very quick intro, and that's kind of how you want to keep it, as short and sweet when you first get started. And then you have things to talk about as you're networking. You don't want to spill everything all at once, because then you're going to run out of things to talk about. Next, make sure that you have your business cards. If you don't have business cards created, you definitely want to get some created with your basic contact information on there, and make sure that you get them in a matte format so that you can take notes on your business cards or write notes to those that you're giving them out to. I know a lot of people go for the glossy option on a business card design, but a little tip, as in marketing and design, that you're going to want to use the matte so that you can write on those and take notes. It's really helpful for you and the people that you're getting to know. Make sure that you have enough copies of those. Definitely keep some in your car or in your wallet. Constantly have your business cards on you. I have my business cards everywhere, because you never know when you're going to be able to hand one of those out and start a networking relationship or get a piece of business just from having your business card on you. So make sure that those are up to date and that you have some ready. This is optional. The next thing you could do is to create a half-page handout with some information on your business. When I first got started, I had a half-page handout with my services, all my contact information, as well as my social media and website information. This helped me to narrow down what people were working with me on when I was first starting to network and meet them. Then I wouldn't get bombarded with referrals that I didn't handle or my business didn't do. So if you can come up with a informational handout of the business services or businesses that you'd like to work with, something that will help you stay in their mind when they go back from the event, and also let them know what's going to be good for you and what your business doesn't really handle, because you're not going to want to be referred to someone and then find out that you don't provide that service. Finally, you're going to want to look at the event on Facebook or the website that you registered on, or Instagram, whatever platform you're on where the event's at, and look at the guest list. Most of the times people will have the information where they work within their profiles, or if it's a registration through a website, a lot of times they will have the business listed as they register. So you're going to want to look in and see who else is going to be attending. who can benefit from meeting you and who can you benefit from meeting as well. So you're going to want to kind of seek them out in the room rather than going in blindly. And this helps you prepare to make really good quality connections that are going to help, rather than just connecting with everybody in the room and leaving it kind of empty as you're networking. You want to kind of make quality connections rather than just 100 connections. You're better off with a few 5 to 10 people in your networking circle as you get started, and then you'll expand naturally. But when you get started at the event, you really want to hone in on a couple, so you make that event worth it, because you don't have all night. It's usually only an hour to 2 hours that those events last. Next, I have a couple tips and tricks for you. If you're just getting started, or if you're a networking vet, you're going to bring a friend. I always go to networking events with friends, and this not only helps you to feel more comfortable, it helps you to work the room as well, because you can help each other. And, when you're at a loss for words talking about your business over and over again, they'll come in and be able to help you and bounce, their input of your business in, as well as you helping them. If you're just getting started, this is really helpful too, because you may have a friend that is a networking vet and can kind of help you and coach you along throughout the event, or just make you feel, you have someone to talk to while you're waiting for that next person to come up, or waiting for that next person you're going to introduce yourself to. It's nice to have somebody there with you throughout the event. And I've always found that once you ask one person, a few end up coming, because through the grapevine, you'll start seeing that these events, as you go to them, you're seeing more and more people who want to come and are interested in coming, rather than just a few people. They really do expand naturally, which is fantastic, because that always allows you to meet more people. Remember to use your elevator pitch to introduce yourself to everyone that you're meeting. You want to keep it short and sweet, make it quick, and really kind of engage in conversation and expand upon the things that you said in your elevator pitch after that, like I had said. And this is where keep it light and informative comes in. Be yourself. Don't take things, make them too heavy. You don't want to start talking about your figures from last year or your projections for next year. You want to keep things light, and then let them grow and let that relationship foster over time. And eventually that lightness will go, and you'll be able to talk about those things with your networking connections once you've, solidified that relationship with them a little bit more. And be yourself. A lot of times you'll hear that these networking events are for you to sell yourself. Well, they're actually for you to meet others in your networking circle and have them sell you to their circles and people they know. So yes, you do want to sell yourself, but you also want to be yourself, because they want to know who they're referring out to their family and friends, rather than who you're showing up at in your business voice. So definitely, you can talk about things like your favorite sports team if you know they're interested, or your favorite band if you know that they like music. You can keep things light and off of business 24/7. But be yourself. Definitely let them see a little touch of yourself, but keep it professional at the same time. You definitely want to take notes and keep track of who you're meeting. I always carry a little notebook with me in my purse or in my pocket. And I take notes as I'm meeting these people, things that they've told me what they do. Perhaps they do tell me their favorite sports team. I can write that down. So next time I run into them, I'll go home and read them up, and, look them up on LinkedIn or Facebook. And now I have some common ground that I'll remember that they've already told me. So definitely try to keep little quick notes as you're meeting people throughout networking events. And this will ultimately help you connect the dots, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But connecting the dots is huge, because you're going to find out that one person in your networking circle will lead you to 10, 20, 30 people. And connecting the dots is the most helpful way to get those into your business and also your referrals out. Remember to hand out your business cards or information sheets. I also tend to leave a couple business cards on a table, or at in the bathroom, on the counter in the bathroom. Leave a couple cards out in case people that maybe you didn't meet, but maybe were interested in you and you didn't get a chance to talk to them. They may just stumble upon your information and have your business card. So I always try to leave a couple, maybe 5 or 10 business cards on a table, or spread throughout the event, so that people can pick them up if they need them along the way. You definitely want to follow up. Don't be pushy. A quick note after a networking event, something very simple. Hey, it was great to meet you. Can't wait to see you at the next event. Hope to get in touch soon. If you'd like to grab a coffee, let me know. Don't be too pushy. You don't want to jump in to making and fostering these connections with, hi, I'm Theresa, and I heard that your cousin owns a laundromat down the street, and I would love to do their marketing. Can you get me in touch? You really want to kind of ease into that a couple times, get to know them, get to know their business, how you can work together. Then you could start asking for those other connections and those other networking relationships to come into play. And this also plays into nurturing your networking connections. You want to stay in touch. For instance, one of my partners that I built a networking group with is in technology. So if I see an article, I'll send him a message. Hey, this is pretty cool. I think it kind of pertains to what you've been doing lately. Give it a read. Find little things like that. Hey, I'm going to this event. Would you like to come? I saw this event, thought it would be cool for your business. Check it out. Little things like that are super helpful, and that will help you to develop those relationships where then they'll start doing that to you and helping you grow your business as well, and as well as your opportunities in your business, just by keeping in touch and nurturing that relationship. The most important thing to remember as you're getting started in networking is that everybody in that room at one point was the new guy. So as you're sitting there and you're worried, oh my gosh, what are they going to think? Do I eat? Do I drink? Do I just stand here? Do I shake his hand? Do I wave? Don't worry about it. Just be yourself. Everybody in that room was in your shoes at one point, and you'll figure out what you're most comfortable with, what elevator pitch you're comfortable with. It's never going to stay the same. Sometimes you'll add things, sometimes you'll take them away. But as you're learning and growing and realizing you're not the only person that's getting that has ever been new to this, you'll get a lot more comfortable, a lot more quicker. And then networking the breeze. It's a lot of fun once you get started. It's a lot of fun once you get comfortable. I have some very, very good friends and relationships that I have developed through business networking that have helped me to grow my business immensely. And you'll see at the end just how profitable and valuable my network is. The next thing I want to talk a little bit about is connecting the dots with your networking connections. One thing to keep in mind as I talked about nurturing and growing these connections is connecting the dots with them as well. So see who you mutually know and grow from there. It's not uncommon that I go to a networking event knowing after looking at the guest list before I got there that, Joe knows my friend Sarah. So I introduced myself saying, oh, hi, Joe, it's great to meet you. I actually know Sarah. I saw that we were a mutual connection and worked with her on an event, and explain how you know her or him or whoever your connection is. So really connect the dots, do a little bit of work. That's when that pre-networking event research comes in handy, because it's going to help you to do that on site while you're there, and that helps you form those connections. Currently, right now, I can connect the dots for every business in my book of business to someone that I have been doing business networking with. So it's really cool to see as you keep going, and as you go to more events and grow your business, how much more your networking connections grow and how much they expand when you just get started. It feels like it's not worth it and it's not working, but eventually you're going to see so many more results than you could ever imagine. Do you want to find out more about the business? Ask them questions about the business. Ask them questions that you would want them to ask you about your business. That helps you kind of move the conversation along and give them the information that you want to present to them. It is not uncommon that people will be more likely to talk and open up a little bit quicker if you have someone mutual in common. This will also be able to open the doors for you to find out who the best point of contact in certain businesses would be. As they learn more about your business, they'll trust you a little bit more, trust your services, see how you work, and be able to point you, hey, I know that this person handles social media at ABC restaurant. So they would be the best person to get in touch with. And by connecting the dots, that'll help you to help your networking connections realize, who would be the best person for you to get in touch with and who do they know that falls into that role. Once you reach out to them and have formed these connections, you want to be able to explain the who, what, when, where, how, and why of your business. As you're making networking connections, connect the dots of who would best benefit from your business, or who would be our ideal clients. What services do you provide them, or what products can you provide them? When are you able to provide them? Do you have a waiting list? Are you able to schedule them in now? How does your process work? Do you typically meet people in the office or in a coffee shop or in their office? Do you have a storefront location? How would they get a hold of your product? And why did you start your business? why is your business so important to you, and what motivates you in your business. So you want to be able to explain those as well and know those while you're connecting the dots and growing your connections. Lastly, this is a very common one, but a lot of people forget. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I'd love to get in touch with you again. Is a call best, email, text? What do you prefer? And then that helps you to know which way, how to get in touch with them sooner and what they prefer. You're not making them uncomfortable by calling them. If they don't want to answer the phone, you shoot them a text and you'll get a reply back. Then this will also help you to find out who your connect the dots, what route they prefer. So now that they know that you've asked them what they prefer, when they give you a networking contact and they talk to them, hey, I have Theresa with Golden Owl Consulting, who I'd love for you to talk to. Do you want her to give you a call, email, text? What do you prefer? And that makes it a little more comfortable for everybody involved in the networking. And you want to thank any connections that helped you get into the contact that you were looking for. So any person that helped you get in touch with that social media manager or that office manager or that salesperson, definitely thank them in an email, a handwritten note, a text. Be sure to say thank you because you don't want them to feel like, hey, I got them this connection. They didn't even care. They didn't even thank me. So take that extra time to do that and be grateful for the networking connections you're making and receiving. Next, I just want to give you a couple ideas of some ways to stay in contact after you've met someone at a networking event to maintain contact and nurture your relationship. I'm a huge fan of a handwritten note right off the bat, or if they send you business or a referral, a handwritten note goes a long way. You can also send an email, text, give them a call. If you're calling, be sure to leave a voicemail. You never know if they have your number saved in their phone just yet. So you know what, you want to make sure that they're able to know why you're calling and know who the number is. You can invite them to another event, like I had said earlier. Share information about your business with them. Hey, we're running this great promotion. I think you can benefit from it. Here's some information. Or if you know anyone that could benefit from it, be sure to share. You can invite them to be added to your mailing lists. Something simple as, hey, I'd love to keep you in the loop about my business and what we're doing. Do you have a mailing list? I can add you to mine as well. Share relevant information with them, like I had said, articles, updates, anything that you think would benefit them. And it just gives you another way to make that touch and that impression upon them. And again, connect them with relevant connections of yours, connecting the dots. Oh, hey, I was with so-and-so at the restaurant over the weekend. They mentioned they saw you. We'll have to grab coffee soon. It's been a while. Little things like that, very easy introductions, things to keep the ball moving and make sure you're making those impressions. And always follow up, but again, don't be pushy. Creating and nurturing those networking relationships will really be your best form of growth. And you don't want to upset any of your connections by being a little too pushy as you're growing and developing those connections. This is just a very quick sample email. Pleasure to get to meet you at the meeting. You want to introduce them. Where did you meet? A little bit about the group if you know about it. And then you want to go into, again, that who, what, when, where, and how. And you're going to want to close with an offer to meet or talk again, or how you can grow and move on to the next step of this business networking relationship. So I will give you a minute to read through this really quickly so you can kind of see what goes into it. And it can be shorter than this, it can be a little bit longer than this, but keeping it short and sweet and to the point is usually the best option. So lastly, what I'd like to talk to you about is that you never know when you have the opportunity to network with someone. It can come up while you're waiting in line in the grocery store. It can come up at a party, at a coffee shop, at a sporting event, at a concert. You can network absolutely anywhere, absolutely anytime. And it's always important to be prepared. And all of those little tips and tricks that I had given you, keep those in mind constantly as you're out and about, because you never know when you're going to be able to hand that business card off, give your elevator pitch, meet someone who knows someone that needs your services or products. So always be aware of the opportunity to network and have your elevator pitch, your business cards handy, any information that they may need, and be able to network on the drop of a dime. Something that's also important in the world of networking is to be aware of your online presence. Again, you never know when people are looking at your profiles, when they've met you somewhere, or they're trying to find someone to provide a service that your business provides. You want to make sure that your content's appropriate, that your profiles and accounts are up to date, that you have the proper privacy settings, and you want to utilize these resources as a portfolio for you and your business. So if you don't want someone finding you on Facebook that you've made a networking connection with or that you're working with, change your name. My name is not my full name on Facebook. So find a way to maybe hide yourself a little bit if you don't want people seeing your personal profiles, but make sure that you make a business profile and utilize that, because a lot of people go there to follow up or to find out more information. And you want to make sure, again, it's appropriate, up to date, and use it as your portfolio. You're always repping your business 24/7. And by repping your business 24/7, it means online, in person, no matter what, no matter where you're at. So keep that in mind. It's very important. I see business owners outside of their businesses that their impressions have led me to not want to work with them inside of their business. So remember that your business is something that you wear on you 24/7 and that you cannot take off. You cannot leave home when you run your own business. It's always there. And because it's always there, you never want to miss an opportunity to talk to others about your business. I have gotten business in the craziest of places. I have a friend who went to New York City and got a job randomly having a conversation with someone before a Yankees game. So you can really, truly make these connections anywhere. And you want to talk about your business. You want to talk about what you're doing, because I promise you, as an entrepreneur owning your own business, it's all you want to talk about sometimes. It is your life. It is what you wake up to. It is what you go to sleep to. Whether you have a family, pets, other responsibilities within your life, you're always going to revert back to your business being the center of that, because it is your lifeblood. And again, any situation, you can market and you can network yourself. And keep in mind, as you're doing this, you never know who people know until you ask. So don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm really looking for some social media marketing clients in the construction industry. Do you know anybody that might be interested in that? Even if this person is a lawyer and you think they might not know that, they could have just gotten an addition done on their house and said, hey, actually, yeah, I do know a contractor that could use your services. So don't be afraid to make the ask for who you want to get in touch with or who you're looking to reach out to for your business. Lastly, does it really even work? I'm sitting here talking to you for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes about networking, what to do, how to do it, how important it is. These are all of my business clients, past and present, who I've met through networking and only networking. I can connect the dots on all of these to someone who I know personally and professionally. Businesses that I've worked with that have expanded to different divisions, that I now am working with different divisions of a certain company. But all of these businesses I've worked on projects or social media or web design or events for, and they all have come from solely networking connections. Some of these businesses, like I said earlier, are based in Pittsburgh, New York City, locally as well. Then we have some in Boston, Philadelphia. They are all over, and they're not even all included on this slide, to be completely honest. I had to stop so it didn't get too cluttered, but this is just how much business networking can help to grow your business. And they'll be your best salespeople, but also they're going to be your safety net and your support system, because you'll see that other entrepreneurs, as you start working together, they go through the same struggles and triumphs and hurdles and rewards as you. They are reaching the same goals in different forms, and you really can help each other through those hurdles or push each other towards those goals, and form a relationship with your networking partners and networking circle that they're going to be more than just helping you get business. They truly are going to become some of your good friends, both professionally and personally. And it's going to help you as an entrepreneur grow as well as your business grow. So all of this boils down to remembering to be yourself at the end of the day. This is not only going to help you to develop and grow your inner circle of networking contacts. It's also going to help you attract like-minded individuals and those who are, you're going to get along with, you're going to jive with a little bit better. And as you're forming these relationships, it's easier to build those relationships when you're yourself and you attract those that are like you as well. This also is going to help you grow so that people are comfortable referring their friends or family to your business because they know what kind of service that their friends and family are going to get, what kind of person they're going to be working with. And all of this is just being yourself and being comfortable in networking. Thank you for listening today. And I hope that you have taken in some valuable information. And I cannot wait to see all of you during our next session. Have a great day, everyone.